Okay, we got a sewage ejector pit right here for a back house. We tried the electricity, it's not working. Likely the pump is burned out, but we are going to temporarily, there's no clean out anywhere, so we're gonna pump it into here temporarily, then pump all the sewage, that is. And once we fix it, we'll pour that back in, let it go out. So I got my pump right here, and then got the cam lock system here. There we go. Okay, still pumping. All right, we got the majority of it out. All right, I'm gonna cut this with the old ABS cutters. Let's hope I don't. I tried the electricity. I tried everything. I just can't figure out. We got a big old. They put a gate valve on it. I don't know why. There's no check valve, but there's a gate valve. Oh, yeah, there's another. Oh, shoot. There's another pit. So there's this pit. And then there's another pit that this sits down in. I don't know, bro. That looks like a friggin'. That looks like a sump pump to me, man. That does not look like a sewage ejector pump. Okay, so like I was saying, there's another pit within the pit, and right at the bottom there, that's where all the sewage discharges into the pit. This is the vent. That is the discharge into the main. And I went and grabbed my phone, and that's actually a sewage ejector pump. It's called a Waste Mate by Zoeller. I was wrong. The reason why it was throwing me off is because it looks like the bottom of it, that looks like they're regular sump pumps, because the sewage ejector pumps that I'm used to are open like this, and they have blades. So there is some nasty stuff in this pit, bro. As a matter of fact, I'm not just saying this for the video. This may be the nastiest thing I have ever seen or touched. It's like a jelly. That is literally the nastiest thing I've ever seen. I mean, that's what I imagine would come out of someone's guts if you cut open a cadaver. Ugh, that had been rotting for a year. And we're back. Picked up the pump. Look at this. It comes from the factory like this. This is a check valve and a ball valve. The purpose of this is the check valve, which is this. As you can see, little check door there, keeps sewage from falling back down into the pump, and this just shuts off the discharge if you need to take the pump out or whatever. You really don't need a ball valve, but it's kind of nice to have one. You do need a check valve. I got this from Arbuckle Electric Motors. That's the contact info. Literally just learned about this place today, or 2 days ago. Got some fittings there, some pipe. All they do is pumps. They work on pumps, they fix old pumps, and they sell pumps. And the place is awesome. Some older lady greeted me and she's like, "Come on in." She gave me a tour of the place. It's really cool. So anything pump related, that's your place to go. Okay, so this is a Zoeller. This is also a sewage mate. The reason I didn't go with an actual grinder pump is actually because the lady at Arbuckle, she's like, yeah, I mean, if you have 2 or more bathrooms and a laundry and a kitchen, then you might want to go with a grinder pump. That's what she said. She goes, but for our particular application here, it's 1 bathroom, lavatory, shower, toilet, not even a kitchen sink. So she said, nah, you know what, I would stick with the sewage mate because it's going to be a lot cheaper. Number one, about $600 cheaper. This was almost $600. The grinder pumps are like minimum $1,000. And she also said that unless you really need one, don't get one because the grinder pump blades tend to rust out over time. So I was like, oh, I never really thought about that. So we stuck with the sewage mate. However, what we did change is that this is a non-automatic. So you have automatic pumps and non-automatic. And this right here, this is not what's in the box. This is just an example. This is this is an automatic pump. This is a non-automatic pump, and the difference is the little float that's attached to it makes it automatic. This one doesn't have that. It has this type of pump, tether pump, where the water fills and then this floats up, and then there's a mechanism, there's literally a ball bearing inside that you can hear it. It turns the pump on. So the reason we went with non-automatic is these tend to have more failure points. And I've seen these break all the time, the little arms right here. But these have more failure points. The guy was explaining some other things as to why the non-automatic really are your better option for sewage pumps. So, you know, those people, they don't do anything but pumps, and they really knew what they were talking about. It's really interesting. But I'm gonna, oh man, oh golly. That was a lot heavier than the other one. So I'm gonna set this up real quick. They gave me this cool little diagram here on how you set this up. It is a little bit more, you kind of have to know what you're doing with the non-automatic pumps, but ultimately they are a better option. Don't forget your weep hole. That's what that is right there. Very important. Otherwise you can get airlock, and this it'll cause the motor to burn out. So, all right, let me pump it. Pump up the jam. Let me set this up real quick. Okay. This is a 3/16 drill bit. Now, honestly, it doesn't really matter where you drill it. Anywhere within here. However, I have heard that you want to drill it within this range. So I usually put it just kind of in the middle here, lined up on the pipe. And then you want to drill it kind of at an angle, but it doesn't really do anything. As long as you have some kind of hole between the discharge and the check valve, which I'm going to put the check valve probably really high because it was, in my opinion, too low. So I'm going to do it about right here. Got my little hole. gonna need that for this. I've never seen ABS ball valves. There's Uncle Loaf. I've never seen ABS. It's always PVC. But I don't know. Alright, despite what I told them to not use it, they freaking use it, and there's like diarrhea up in there. Got the old bootsies on. Alright. Here I go. I'm up in.
You got some shit now, for real.
Yeah. It's probably, what, 6 inches? I don't know why they would think they could use this when I told them not to, but whatever. All right, if you want to hand me that right there. Okay, so the check valve and the ball valve is glued, but this is not. The reason why is I'm not trying to be working in this doo-doo. So, because we still got to install the float. So first, we're gonna install this float and just pump all this out, and then I'll get back down in there.
¿Tú no estabas en la huerta cuando una vez llovió y se salió todo el pinche misco?
Is that not plugging in very well?
No. Does it have to go in there? It's gonna go in the top one.
Well, no. So that one goes into the back of it. This one goes in.
Right.
Oh, well, yeah, it could, yeah. It could, yeah. Oh, shit! Oh, no. Dang. Wow. Holy cow. Let's step back for a second, let that mist air out. All right, so the reason that happened was the 90. I didn't glue any of that in because we still have to pull the pump out again. But I'm not, dude, I don't know why they thought they could use this, but I had this, you saw it. I mean, it was pumped all the way down, but that 90 blew off because I didn't think the pressure would blow it off. So all right, we glued that in. If we have to sacrifice a long sweep for the cause, then it is what it is. But all right, we can try this again. No shrapnel was taken by anybody. Okay, now we're pumping. No issues this time. We still gotta dump that because that's full of sewage. There we go. Golly, man. See, when I was here last, yeah, hell yeah. I had this all hosed down. It was all looking nice. And hold on, let me. I want to pull this at the right moment here.
Holy shit.
All right, there you go. All right, nice and clean. Just wanted to get everything out of there. Now, my grinder pump grinded this all up, so it shouldn't cause a mess like there was before. So, was a dumper. Cold plunge, how much? How much to do a cold plunge just one time? Boom, boom. How much? I'm the only one. I got picked off right here. I got poopy all over me, bro. Here, you want me to rinse it from this side? Okay, so we got the float switch. You don't want the float you want it to shut off and have the pump about halfway submerged. And there's actually instructions on how you're supposed to do this, so it doesn't come out. It's just like you loop it through here and then you loop the rest up. I'll go get some zip ties as well. But now I gotta make sure that the pit, that there's enough room. And we got the weep hole right there. Should be all right here. So, all right, we're gonna put it down in there. All right, we got it set up. Now we're just gonna zip tie the electricity. And if they ever have to service it, there's a union right there. They can just cut it and put a no-hub band here. Just in case they need to snake it or something, I don't know. All right, some zip tizzies. All right, folks, we are finished. We're just gonna, we got it, the cable, electrical zip tied right here, and then the float, we got the float perfect. There it goes. Yeah. The pump is approximately, so it says to keep the pump, you know, submerged for the most part, halfway submerged. That should be about it, man. All right. Then we pulled out all these roots, tasty roots. Can make a wreath for next Christmas. All right, that's all.